Revolution head coach Caleb Porter is with us. Caleb, good afternoon.
Guys, how are you?
What's up, party animal? Sorry I missed the opportunity to crack a couple cold ones with you there. These guys had a good time.
You only missed it because you didn't choose to go.
It wasn't a Caleb thing. It's a Dave Matthews thing with me, Dave. With me.
It was fun. Yeah. That was fun. I'm sorry you missed it. You know, we became boys, the Beatle and Tim and I, and we'd love to have you there, you know, another time. But it was fun, a lot of fun.
How was Tim? Was he behaved? Like,
I kept it buttoned up.
Yeah.
It was great, man. It was good to kind of just be normal, you know, and get to know each other. And great concert. Good venue, too. Really nice.
We play a game every day during the summer months on the show called This or That. I think we may have mentioned this to you before, but today was related to set lists and playlists when you go to a concert. And it was, would you rather, if it's your favorite artist, hear your favorite song 5 times in a row, or would you rather have the artist play all deep cuts that you otherwise never get to hear but you like? What would you go with?
I'd rather hear different songs, because obviously the ones you like the best, you're always playing. So yeah, I'd rather hear some of the different stuff. My opinion.
I think we kind of got into that with Dave. Wasn't the most hits laden set list?
Yeah, some deep cuts there.
Yeah.
How was the encore, Caleb?
Yeah, the Beatle was upset. He didn't like the set list.
Yeah, I thought
you could tell.
I thought it was just okay.
Yeah,
it's just all right.
Yeah, I think I think anything he plays is good. But you know, like any artist, there's always songs that you're like, nothing special. But it was just good to see him. You know, I couldn't believe it worked out, to be honest with you, and I didn't even know about it until you guys mentioned it. So it was good to get away from the game, and obviously where we're at right now, it was a nice escape.
I think we're building a nice little wolf pack, the 5 of us.
Yeah. Circle of trust.
I think we are. I think we got a nice little wolf pack going on there.
Yeah, I agree.
Joe Mazzulla did this. Joe Mazzulla did this with us.
We drank a little.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry, I was just going to say. I think we shared a Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre seltzer, the Beatle and I.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they made those, but that was interesting.
And that was your call, by the way. I had no knowledge of this, and Caleb Porter said, "Hey, they've got gin and juice. We're going to need to get those," and we did.
So that's a real drink?
It is in a can. Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to mix it?
Yeah.
No, it's like Dr. Dre, Snoop. It's gin and juice right on the can.
Rolling down the street, smoking Indo. Yeah. Sipping on gin and juice.
Yeah. Nice. Caleb, you and I were a big hit in that VIP lounge. I'm going to say, humble brag.
No, you were. Nobody knew who I was, but everybody knew who you were. This guy's like a rock star, man. Pictures everywhere. Crazy.
See us together. I don't know if we'd watch the show.
Well, what's been going on with the team? Because since we last saw you and talked to you about the team, it's not been the best of weeks.
No, yeah, we're just so injured right now. It's tough. Seems like we lose a new guy every game. You know, I mean, this game we had to play without all 3 of our designated players. You know, our best 3 attackers, and then on top of that, Dylan Barrero, who's a young DP, and then 3 of our best reserves that had been playing well, Nobuck and Ema Boateng, and Dwan Jones was out. So it was, it's too bad because we got rolling. We won 4 in a row. We had our best lineup. Everybody was healthy. We had continuity. Chemistry was good. We had just beaten, one of the best teams in the league in Cincinnati, and then we lose Carles, our captain and best player. And I've tried 3 different systems to try to manage it. We tried in this game a back 5 just to keep it tight. And, the silver lining in it all is we were able to play a lot of young players right now. We played 4 players that are 19 years or younger, 19 years old or younger. One kid that's 17 years old got his debut. So the good news is we're able to play some of these young guys and get them developed and get them minutes. And then once we get through this weekend, hopefully we can try to find a way to grind a result. But we do have a 5-week break where we'll finish the end of the year 11 games completely healthy with everybody back. And I still like our chances to make a push for the playoffs with everybody back.
I know when you arrived in New England, you talked about injuries and the need to try and limit them. And I'm curious, with all the injuries you've had, do you feel like, you've been able to you failed in some way, or do you feel like you're just putting your program in place? I mean, this has been brutal, the amount of injuries you've had to deal with.
Yeah, it's been the most ever. Yeah, of course. I mean, we always have to take responsibility when we have some soft tissue injuries. I believe in my sports science and medical staff. The fitness coach who Mark and Tim met, Federico Pizzuto, I feel is one of the best fitness coaches in the league. He manages all our sports science, our training loads. And we've just hired, I think, one of the best athletic trainers, head athletic trainers in the league, young guy, really, really knowledgeable from Kansas City. So we have a good staff. I think some of them are a little fluky, and some of them are contact injuries, so you can't do anything about that. But I think what's happened, through the Champions League, we took some injuries. And when you take injuries and you're a little thinner, then now when you reach a week where you're playing 3 games in a week and you can't rotate, then you get more injuries. So it's been kind of a domino effect. Once you get injured, you get more injuries because you can't rotate. I do think we have also a group of players that are, kind of in the twilight of their careers. And, when you have older players, they tend to get injured. And we do have some players that have previous injury history, and most of the injuries, it's actually the same injury they've had last year or 2 years ago. So, there's some cracks a little bit in a few guys where when you hit a window where they play more minutes than they should, those cracks become problems, and now that same injury pops up. But ultimately, the buck stops with me, and starts and stops with me, and we have to do better for sure.
I did want to ask you about last night because there was some history in that game. Kevin Sullivan became the youngest player in league history, breaking Freddie Adu's record, 14 years old. What do you make of that, and how big of a jump is that for a 14-year-old player to get dropped into the MLS?
Yeah, that's a huge jump. You just don't see that. And honestly, he didn't look out of place. If you can just think about that, my son's 14 years old. And he's a decent player, but I could never imagine him being out there and fitting right in. And, what I saw is the kid is physically gifted at 14 and technically gifted. He's got a bright future. The only thing you'd always worry is just the hype train is so high on him right now that, there'll be some inevitable pitfalls, if they don't protect him and obviously manage it the right way, because Freddie Adu ended up having a pretty good career, but nobody thought he did because they expected him to be the next Pele. And he actually, there was no hype on him, he had a pretty good career. So I think the expectation's so high for this kid. So they're gonna need to do a good job of just kind of managing that and slow dripping him in. And we're excited. We played one of our youngest kids that we've played in this Peyton Miller, threw him in at left back, and he's similar to Kevin. He's physically gifted. Otherwise you can't compete. At that level, he's physically gifted. He's quick. He's brave. You always know mentality. When we threw Peyton in, he didn't look nervous. He's running forward. He's trying to make things happen. And same with Kevin.
Peyton is 16, right?
Yeah, 16. I want to say he just turned 17, but maybe he's still 16.
Maybe. But that's still,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
As a coach,
So young.
you've coached in college, so you've sort of had young adults, but that's even younger than that. You're talking about kids that don't even have their driver's license yet.
Is mom sending them there with juice boxes or peanut butter and jelly?
Yeah.
Like, how do you handle that as a coach? That's more than just being a coach and coaching soccer. That's like, you've got to keep an eye on him. It's a kid.
Watch your mouth, right?
Yeah, we were in preseason in Florida, and I had to kind of think, we gave the guys 3 days off, and I'm thinking, wow, do I need to can I give this guy 3 days off just in the hotel to do whatever he wants? But he's a smart kid. He's got a good head on his shoulders, and he's actually lived. He's lived here, kind of in a residency with a host family, kind of in a house. So he's been on his own actually for several years here. So he's very mature. But yeah, those are things you got to think about. But great kid and really bright future. I'm excited about that. And we have 3 other young kids that played as well in the match.
He's still 16. He'll be 17 in November. I just looked.
16.
Yeah, 16
Gotcha.
years old.
Yeah, unbelievable.
That's not easy. All right, well, Caleb, great to talk with you. Great to hang out last week. We'll have to find our next show to go to.
Yeah.
And maybe see if we can get Zoe to go with us.
Metallica.
Let's do it. Yeah, what show do we have to get for you to go, Zoe?
It's got to be at Gillette.
What's the show that's going to bring you in?
It's got to be
okay.
It's got to be at Gillette. That's it.
Chesney?
Oh, I'm going to that. Yeah, I'm already in for that. Zach Brown's opening for him. 3 nights. Woo.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that one.
All right, cool.
All right. Good luck. Good luck against Dallas, buddy. All right. See ya.
All right, guys. Take care.
All right,
See ya. Bye.
see you, Caleb.
Yep.